Hey guys, Cynthia Maynard here. Hope you're doing well. With my Stampin' Up! April 2016 paper pumpkin set came some stamps that, of course there's the wreath in there to make, but I really like these stamps. They've got lots of great things on there and you can check that out. I won't go through each one of those, but I thought I'm going to make an alternative card, and what I'm going to do is make this card panel, and I'm just going to mount it onto some Stampin' Up! Cardstock. Hopefully you can see that pretty well. It says Happy Mother's Day on there, and I just had fun with some different techniques as well as some other embellishments. So I'm going to go ahead and go through that today with you. I've got a piece of watercolor paper, and it measures 5.5 by 4.5. And it's nice sturdy watercolor paper that we're going to be able to do some things on. So I'm going to go ahead and start layering. This is a layering technique with these flowers. So we've got this one. Get it off my block here. And I layered this in the cracked pistachio. Go ahead and ink up my stamp. There's this very useful stamp set that this came with, so I was excited to open that up. And I'm going to kind of put it over here like so. Ink it up a second time. These are the acrylic stamps, so gotta make sure you get that ink in there, kind of off to the side here. Voila. Okay, and then coral, which incidentally goes very nicely with some Stampin' Up! Coral paper. So I'm going to center that right on top of there, lining up the centers. Go ahead and stamp that again. And right on top. And so we're making a layering effect without too much work. For the middle part here, I'm going to go ahead and use this little swishy sort of artistic stroke, little tiny guy, and I'm going to put that in the fossilized amber, and I'm going to put that right in the middle. So we've got lots of brush strokes with this stamp. Ah, look at that. Well, that happens. Alright, no problem. It doesn't really stick out that much, so no biggie. That's what makes it unique, right? That's going to happen to you too, probably sometime in your life. It hasn't already. Little tiny leaves, almost look like grapes to me, and I'm going to also put that in the fossilized amber. And I'm going to kind of create this, the sprays kind of coming out from our flowers. Like so. And then over here on our other one. And you're just trying to create a balance. It doesn't have to be, you know, perfect. Just do what looks good to you. Like that. Okay, moving right along. Now to do this next part, I created a mask, and all I did was I stamped the larger flower on another piece of just old scrap cardstock, and that way I can cover it up when I'm doing my next stamping, because I want to look like these things are coming out from behind the flowers. So I'm going to go ahead and lay that down best I can figure out where that goes, like so. And then I'm going to get my leaf here, the sort of fern, put that on there, and that is going to be lightly done in this walnut stain. I'm going to go ahead and that and that. So when we lift off the mask, it looks like it's coming from behind. So just a little trick there. And I just scissor cut that out. I didn't use a die or anything. Now I'm going to switch to this nice little artistic swoosh here. It's going to look like he's coming out again from behind. Now he's long, so just be sure you don't do that, okay? You know what? Let's see. Okay, we'll get it together here. Okay. Boop. Like so. Still have this swoosh on here. I created this, and I had to stamp it twice, and you don't see the middle because I put the thing over it. And I'm just going back and forth with the abandoned coral. That. Make sure I'm in the frame here. Sorry about that. Like that. Whoops. Okay. Think for the card base, we've got it all stamped. So I'm going to go ahead and set that aside for a minute and let that dry before we do the next steps with that. I'm going to go ahead and use the banner punch, and I'm going to slide it in as far as it can go and give that a punch. And that was horrible. So our Happy Mother's Day from the other piece stamp set that comes with it. And I'm going to go ahead and get my block, and I did that in the brown walnut stain. And I also did the swoosh. Barely going to fit because I messed up my banner. If I had time, I'd just go recut it, but you'll get the idea. Okay, wipe that off. And then I kind of distressed it a little bit, and you can just use the old dried up baby wipe, kind of put your finger in there and come in from the edge toward the center, and kind of give it a, so it's not so stark white. And then I kind of went into the coral, because I'm trying to just pick up notes from the rest of the card that I'm using, the colors in the card that I'm using rather. When you make a mistake like that and you can't recut it, just, you know, it's like when you make a pie and the crust isn't perfect. I mean, we call it rustic. That's what we call it in the cooking world. Okay, come in a foam, and then I've got one of these brads that has 4 little thingies there, and they'll just go right into this rather easily. Okay, I'm going to quickly color, bring my cardboard in here, and I'm just going to spray ink some yellow and white twine that I have because I just don't want it so bright. So I'm going to kind of coil it up in a ball, give it a zhuzh, kind of roll it around in the ink, darken it up a bit because I just don't want I just don't want it to be so stark white. The rest of my card has sort of an off whiteness to it, and so I don't want that to be the only thing. But what's nice about cotton twine is you can just paint it and give it some more personality that way anyway. I'm going to kind of try to just make 3 little loops, and I'm going to put it down there, and I'm going to trap that in there and press. Okay, whoops, one of my loops. Oh, look at that, you know. When you turn it over, you can use something like a bone folder, something strong, to push in those little pokies. Technical term there. Like so. And then just use some scissors to kind of trim him up. And later on, I'll just put some glue in there. But right now, we'll just keep it moving. Alright, so we've got that. So really all we have left to do is to color our card base here. So again, I'm going to use the other side here. I'm going to bring in this, and I just have some Tattered Angel spray ink. Use what you have. If you don't have this, you can just lightly dab over with some brownish ink, and I'm just going to lightly go in for it here. Close up. Okay. Okay, so we sprayed that. We're going to go ahead and just use some adhesive and put that on for our Happy Mother's Day. So I'm just going to use some score tape here. Super sticky stuff. Find a happy home, don't poke yourself. And then we're going to go ahead right wherever you want it. You can put it off if you want, but I like the fact that that's sticking out a little bit there. Maybe we'll put it right there. Okay, and the only finishing touch that I did was I went ahead and used this product. I have a video on my channel for this, and it is called Nouveau Crystal Drops, and this is the color of Red Berry, and these are great. You can make your own embellishments, so I kind of just went in and kind of, it just adds some dimension. I'm going to put some on here. Okay, and then you just let those dry overnight. So I just have the double. I should have done this first. Keeping it real, folks. This is a card base cut double the length, and then the same, a little bit, tiny bit wider. And then once these are dry, I want to be careful not to put my thumb in that. You would just adhere score tape or fast fuse to the back of that. Something strong, because watercolor paper needs some strength. So don't use a light adhesive. Something that is going to be strong. And then you're going to line it up at the top and center it. And so it's going to end up having the little borders. Let me get rid of this. It's going to end up having the little borders of the sort of coral color on the side. And this is from the Cherry Cobbler collection pack of cardstock that I got with a few different colors. And so there you have it. There's an alternative way to use the stamps that you got with the stamp set. They do give you this little piece of paper here that shows you some ideas, but I didn't want to do exactly what they had. I wanted to try something different on my own. So I was playing around in here, and that's what I came up with. Let me go. So there you have it. There's an alternative way to use your Stampin' Up! Stamp set. It's a great stamp set with lots of potential, and just with a few other products, some shimmer inks and things, and you don't even need to do that, but that's just what I do. I do mixed media, so I like to add dimension and things, just some techniques there, coloring your twine, and lots of fun stuff to make a unique Mother's Day card. Alright guys, if you like this video, if you found it helpful to you, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. That'll really help me out a lot getting started here, and thanks so much. Have a great day.